Hey mommies, welcome back to my channel. What's happening? What is happening? Okay guys, I know I've got a lot of explaining to do, my whereabouts, why have I not been posting, what's been delaying, and I'm gonna record another videos explaining all these things. Okay, but cutting everything short, cutting my story short, I had a lot of I was just under a lot of pressure. I had like a lot of schoolwork going on. I had to learn to find the balance between school, between shooting makeup videos. So, without wasting so much of your time, let's get on to the video. So first of all, I'm going to plug you mummies with all that you need to know. So let me show you guys, you cannot start makeup without brushes. You can't tell me anything. Like you can't even tell me how to do your eyebrows if the first question that I'm gonna ask you is that, do you have brushes? So guys, you really need to have brushes. So I got myself these brushes. There's actually a lot of them. So I got myself these brushes from Modern Dolls. I found the page on Instagram, and their brushes, these were 11 brushes for $250. Of course I paid custom duties. Okay, so moving right into the videos, I'm gonna emphasize on eyebrows and eyeshadow for now. And in the next video, we're gonna do the foundation routines, how I contour, how I highlight, and all those other things. So for now, let's just focus on one thing at a time, which we're gonna start with eyebrows and eyeshadow and all these other things. And guys, you must also go, if you haven't, this is only if you have like an oily skin, you can just use your setting powder or your loose powder to what do they call this, to set your eyebrows. I tend to sweat a lot, and I have an oily skin, so I love my thingy to be and then I'm gonna apply this. Okay, let's move. And please remember to brush your eyebrows up so we can try to make them look as natural as possible. And then here I am using a flat brush, and I want to use the color Cool Tan for the bottom part, and then I'm going to use the color Fawn for the top eyebrow part, because my forehead is darker than my face, so that's why I'm using two concealers. And then I like starting to conceal my corners for me to get the shape that I want. So I like to start with the corners, and then I go with it. I drag it to the start of my eyebrows. Next thing, I take my blending brush just to blend the concealer to make sure that everything is cleaned up and neat. Okay, the next step, I'm gonna use my LA Girl Pro Primer to prime my eyelids. This is for the eyeshadow to stay in place and not be tacky. But this is not necessary. If you don't have it, don't stress out. You can use your concealer to do this. Concealer also works well with making your eyeshadow stand out. So now, because I have an oily skin, I usually use the loose powder to also set my eyelids. This can also be used if you don't have a primer or a concealer. You can just use your loose powder. This also makes your eyeshadow stand out, and also if you know you sweat a lot and you still want to keep your eyeshadow in place, this is also perfect. And then I start highlighting my eyebrow bone using my highlighter from Rimmel Kate. Now I start using my first transitioning color, which is, I don't know the names of these colors, but it's a light orange as a transitioning color. And you must always start with in any eyeshadow that you're using, you should always start with your lighter shadow of the eyeshadow that you want to use. I don't know if I'm making sense. Like in this case, this look is supposed to be sunset orange look, so I'm gonna use the lighter orange, and then I'm gonna use the darker ones. So you start from the lighter shades going to the darker shades, and then I'll use darker orange, I'll go with the darker shades just like that. So this is the darker orange, and remember to always blend everything out, because you don't want lines in your eyeshadow. You always want to blend everything out. Blend, 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 and blend. Yes, girl. And then I'm gonna use my angled flat brush to cut the crease, to actually draw a line where I want my crease to be. This is good if you have an eyelid that does not have like a line, or that when you don't have a line that you want, so you just use the angled brush to actually draw where you want your crease to be. I used the black eyeshadow to draw that crease, because this is where I want my crease to be, and then I'm going to blend the line that I just drew. I'm going to blend it out nicely so that it just creates a shape. Remember, we don't want lines, so you want to always blend as much as you can. And then I used a dark brown to highlight where I just drew with the black eyeshadow, just to highlight where I drew my crease, so that my crease can actually stand out. And it's going to be helpful when I start to use the concealer, because it's going to make my work easier. It's going to make it easier for me to use the concealer when I cut the actual crease. So also blend out where I just highlighted the crease line. So you want to blend out as much as possible. You always, yes, until you see that crease, until you are sure that this is where you want to cut the crease, girl. And now Miguel has to now cut her crease. See, it's so much easier now because I can see where I just drew the line, the cut crease line. Everything is just now so easy to do because I know where I'm putting the... Oh, I'm using also medium beige concealer to cut my crease. Okay, so now we're just gonna let everything dry up and before we apply the eyeshadow, because we now want the eyeshadow to really stay in place. And so I'm gonna start applying the brightest eyeshadow because we want our eyeshadow to stand out. And yeah, we want our eyeshadow to really stand out, so that's why I'm starting with the brightest shadow. So because we're creating a sunset inspired look, eyeshadow look, so now we're gonna go in with the lightest of them, the lightest orange. And yeah, we're gonna go with it in the inner corners, the outer and the inner corners of the eye, because we're not making a full eyeshadow, we're just making a half moon. I don't know how to call it, so maybe it makes sense if I say a half moon eyeshadow. No, okay, not a full crease. We're just making a half crease, which is the middle crease that we're going to be focusing on. So that's why we're just going to emphasize now on the outer corners and the inner corners of our eyes, of our eyeshadow. So that's why I'm going in the middle and on the outer sides as well. And then we're just going to blend. Make sure that every step you do, you always blend your eyeshadow, guys. And blending also helps a lot. Oh, okay, and then now we go with the, I think this one, it's not orange, it's a maroon. I don't know these colors, you know, buying things from these stores that you can never know colors. So guys, I advise you to buy proper stuff if you can afford though. If you can't afford, just comment down and ask me where I bought this eyeshadow palette. I'll give you all the details. Yeah, so now we're gonna go with the darker shades of the palette as we go in the inner corners and the outer corners of our eyeshadow. And yes, don't forget to blend. I'm gonna emphasize this until because now you have to see the importance of blending through every step. Like, it's so important. That's what makes your eyeshadow stand out. Like, people can see if your makeup is blended or not. So you really need to make sure that you blend through every step. So yes, I told you that we're gonna go darker. We go again with black, and just so we make sure that it's the middle part that's standing out other than any other thing else in the eyeshadow. So I literally cannot see, that's why I keep on coming closer and closer to the camera. It's because I always use like 3 or 4 mirrors every time I do my makeup, because that's how bad my eyesight is. So yeah, struggles. So yeah, the same darker shades we've been using for the top eyelids, it's the same one we're going to be using for our for the bottom, so that our thingy can blend in properly. And guys, this step that I'm using now, it's so unnecessary. I don't even know what I was thinking when I was when I was doing this, and because I have sensitive eyes, I become so teary. But this step is really not necessary. Like, it's just so dramatic for nothing. You really don't have to use it. But however, I used a concealer so that I can have like the same look that I have on top. And then I go again with my white eyeshadow. So it's really, really unnecessary. You can just go in with your darkest shade that you're using, like, which is the brown. You can just go with your brown throughout. So I was just being dramatic for using this step, and it looks so funny. But yeah, just unless if you want to be dramatic. And now going with my highlighter again, and so that this specific part can just stand out. Kinali drama, you girl. I'm even teary. Oh god. But yeah, so it's really not necessary, guys. That's why I just ended up going back with a darker shade. So now I'll be using my Essence waterproof liquid eyeliner. It's so affordable, and it does the things, guys. Like, it's so good, and yet it's so affordable. And I think it's like, if not 35 rands to 40 rands, that's how cheap it is. So yeah, and I'm so scared of being so dramatic with the eyeliners. I usually just stick to my small line, and just so I can apply my eyelashes, because for you to have like a nice standing out eyelash, you need to have a proper liner as your base. So you can't be having eyelashes without eyeliner. I don't see the point of having eyelashes if you're not gonna wear your eyeliner. So these eyelashes that I'm gonna wear, guys, please don't buy them. I don't know what I was thinking. These are so okay. The reason why I wore those, it's because they were the only ones left when I was shooting this video. So I was running out of eyelashes, so these were the only pair that was just left. So that's why I used these ones, and I bought them go kumagule. But I really wouldn't recommend you guys to wear them. First of all, they're not trendy, and they're very thin and light, and they for these people that usually want the natural look, to have a natural look type of makeup. So if you want to be dramatic, if you want to have a dramatic makeup look, please don't go for these ones. Who's my daddy? Who is my father? Who's my daddy? So here's the finished look. Please like and comment and subscribe down below. Yes! The way I'm so dramatic. And please follow my Instagram, guys. It's at GearMags. Yeah. Be nice. Say nice things. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching, guys. And yes, and please comment down below what you'd like to see for my next video. And thank you so much. Bye.